Welcome to the Grateful Tap podcast, where we are exploring healing, inspiration, and rock and roll with your hosts, Deanna Lyons and yours truly, Steph Dodds. Thank you for hanging out with us today.
Welcome to the party. So here we go, out of the gate.
So here we go. We got a name. We got an idea of our podcast. It's just like, we've been talking about this for a long time, and personally, I was thinking that I never ever wanted to do a podcast ever. And then Deanna was like, we should do one. And suddenly it sounded super freaking fun to do with somebody else and not just by myself.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't mind doing it myself, but it's way more fun when you have a friend to do it with. And
yeah.
I'll actually do it because otherwise it'll just be this idea and who knows if I'll do it or not. But when I have somebody to do things with, I get it done. Then I get excited. And that's why we wanted to do this, because both Steph and I are really passionate about feeling better in our own lives and helping our clients to feel better in the work that we do individually and together. And we both help each other out. So not only do we work with people individually, but it's important that we get help. And so we have so much fun because we laugh, we cry. I tease about how Steph can get the snot out of me. Not very many people can do that. She has special talent. But it's all part of the growth and healing and learning. And so we thought it would be fun to maybe take it out to other people that might have some fun with us, because we're going to maybe be a little bit different than other podcasts and other people that are doing things like this. We do work with a lot of people who've been traumatized in a variety of different ways, but they're also on a quest to feel better. Like if you could just feel a little bit better each day or over time, feeling better and being more resilient, that's what it's all about. And I can say that I don't know, we were just trying to figure this out, like maybe in 2017, as we've been running around and hanging out together.
Yeah.
I know how much I've grown. I know how much Steph has grown.
I don't even want to think about where I would be.
Yeah.
Honestly. And we've talked almost like once a week for like 6-7 years.
It has been. Yeah, we've really done a lot together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so much is not only better, but more fun. So again, that's what we're really grateful. And so the name of our podcast is the Grateful Tap. And which of course we both are lovers of tapping, emotional freedom technique, also known as tapping. And that's what brought us together, was learning from Rob Nelson out of Santa Rosa at Tapping the Matrix Academy. And now we're both EFT trainers, so over the course of the years we've learned, and we also train others if they want to use the work more in depth personally and or professionally, and so much more. It's not just that. And I think part of why I really took to Rob's style of training is he calls it an artisan method. It's really an artistic as opposed to a scientific. Certainly there's a formula and there is things that you do. However, there's creativity involved, and that's going to be different. And you'll get to see that even in our styles. We hang out together, we have a lot of fun, we do a lot of things similarly, and yet Steph has her flair and I have mine. And it's also part of the fun. So our logo,
Yeah.
part of how that came about was we have a grasshopper as our mascot, or our logo, and that just happened yesterday. Steph drove up to be here with me so we could be together to explore this podcast idea and actually pull it off. And my husband had just washed the window, and all of a sudden this giant grasshopper jumped up onto the window, and we just happened to sit down on the couch and we heard it land. It was so loud, it was so big, and it landed on the window, and we were intrigued.
It was like a thud. It was like what was just landed on the window? And it was this giant green grasshopper.
Yeah, you couldn't miss him, and you
No.
had to check him out. And so he was crawling on the window, and we thought it was fun and interesting. But then suddenly, the rest of the day, grasshoppers started appearing in different formats, different ways, different places.
Yeah, I was telling Deanna right before that, the day before, one of my clients reached out and said, I have a grasshopper phobia. Could we work on this? And I said, sure, of course. And we have been working together for 4 years. We've never talked about grasshoppers ever. And that was right before this happened. And then after our grasshopper, I'm going to call him Hoppy right now, even though we haven't really named him yet. But Hoppy showed up, and then my friend, who's never sent me music before ever, sends me this song, and the cover of the album is a grasshopper. And we looked it up. Why don't you read what
Yeah.
grasshopper means?
So we looked up grasshopper meaning, the spiritual meaning. And yesterday, what we saw was that grasshoppers have the ability to leap to great heights. Seeing them in a dream could also represent metaphorical leaps in your own life. And so this is definitely a leap for us. They're a sign of good luck, or that general good things or blessings are coming your way. And you're taking the right steps to move forward in your current situation. And we file this under the category of you can't make this stuff up. You can use a variety of different S words that you want. You'll probably
Yeah,
hear us over
it
the
was
course of
in the
time.
flow.
And so once we had that under our belt, and then we were telling somebody else about it today, and today's version, when we pulled it up on Google, said to break down your aspirations into manageable steps to move forward with focus and dedication, and to celebrate each milestone along your path of progress. So, Hoppy.
It's like a twist on beer, Grateful Tap, Hoppy, I don't know.
I think his name is Hoppy now. And that's kind of what's been fun about this is that it's been easy, it's been fun, and we're ready to play, to feel better. And what you'll experience with us is some of the things we've been doing for a long time. We're going to, draw a card. We have some different card decks. And so Steph and I have actually been doing this for a couple of years now. We text
Yeah.
each other our card in the morning, that what's the card that we pull. And we start our days out like that. So maybe you might choose to start your day out with us as we draw a card and find inspiration. Read a little bit about what it says. We'll discuss it, and then we might do some tapping. We might do a little dancing. We might do some somatic experiencing. We might do, I don't know. But what it's going to be is whatever makes us happy, and we hope that will make you happy too. And so while we'll be looking at some sometimes really deep topics, our hope is that you'll learn and you'll explore and find joy and laugh with us and uh, enjoy the journey, because that's really what it's all about.
That's why this feels so authentic, I think, for us, because we literally I'm really passionate about the daily practice, and that's what my whole practice, I want it to be like pull a card, do your tapping, dance, laugh with a friend, and so we're kind of bringing that to life in a little podcast. Like I was thinking about today. I know we haven't officially talked about this yet. I'm like, it's kind of like, why does a daily practice have to be by yourself?
Right.
Because we've been kind of doing it virtually or
Yeah.
staying connected with it, and now we're connecting with others or you or listeners. Maybe we have one or two listeners someday. Whoever wants to do it with us.
Right.
Like that's to me the beauty of pulling the card. It's just like, I mean, you could believe whatever you want of like, is this a message? Is this a sign? Or just like a simple thought to think about her. Why don't you think about this today? And that leads us into all the things that I think it ties into everything with the work we do. With like, what does this mean to you? And
Right.
so we're just kind of sharing that and having fun with it, because this like personal growth journey it's not for sissies. It's not necessarily easy. It can be incredibly rewarding. It can be incredibly life-changing. But that to me ties in the grasshopper because you're leaping towards, you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it or not, but I'm gonna try. And that reminds me of my story when I almost drowned in Maui, where I was swimming back to shore, and I'm like, I didn't know if I was gonna live. I had no idea. Like I was far out there. If I didn't have my flippers on, I would have drowned. And I remember thinking, it's swimming or dying, and I have no guarantee. So I might as well swim my effing ass off
Yeah.
and go for it. And I feel like healing is the same way. I'm like, I could swim. I literally was swimming. And I'm like, I could swim all the way to the shore, get on a plane tonight, and die on a plane crash on the way
On the way
home.
home. Yeah.
Like, there are no guarantees. And that's what I think is so beautiful about someone giving it a shot, giving a new modality a shot, giving it to practice a shot. There is no guarantee. So it's this kind of like, I'm worth feeling better. So I'm willing to try. I'm willing to be open. I'm willing to listen to whatever Hoppy is trying to tell me by jumping out the window. Okay, Hoppy, we're listening.
So here we are.
So let's pull a card.
Let's pull a card.
So we have the Native Spirit card.
Native Spirit, the author of these
Okay,
is
I know this
Denise
is a
Lynn.
gambling thing, but will you blow on the cards?
Oh.
Okay, we're just getting both. For good luck. We're gonna blow it for good luck. Okay, I'm gonna.
If you're interested in the cards, it's by Denise Lynn, and it's called Native Spirit.
They're beautiful cards.
Uh,
Even though this is my first time touching these cards, I feel like I know them because, again, I get a picture of them from Deanna in the morning. There are a lot of different ways to split the cards, but I'm going to do it this way right now. I'm going to have the deck. Ooh, well, I think this one needs to come out.
it hopped out.
Ancient Forest.
All right, let's
Ancient Forest.
see what the Ancient Forest
Ancient
is.
Forest. Okay. See, when a card pops out at you, you listen.
All right, well,
That's deep, man.
here's what the Ancient Forest is about. The card meaning, your roots go deep. Incredible, radiant, healing strength is available to you and grows within you. Do not doubt your abilities. You're so much more than you can possibly imagine. There's immense unseen but very real support around you. You are loved and cherished. You are grounded, stable, and strong as your spirit reaches high into the heavens. Your native spirit wants you to know, throughout the world, those in indigenous cultures revere what are called the tree people. The powerful life force of trees can bring healing, strength, and grounding energies. The kind of tree might vary from culture to culture, but the reverence and gratitude for its beneficial energies are the same. The ancient forest is alive with nature spirits. Additionally, each tree has an individual spirit, especially powerful and resilient. The forest can survive the harshest conditions because of the mutual support of the spirit of the entire forest. Your greatest strength is silent and deep. It doesn't need a show of force, it just is. Inner power is found through contemplation, reflection, and meditation. Sometimes it comes from times of growth and change. Other times it springs from surviving and conquering painful situations. The journey, adopt a tree. It can be one in your yard or one in a nearby park or wilderness area. Talk to the tree, touch its bark, give thanks, and by doing so, you are creating an energy connection that will continue to nurture you no matter how far away you are from your adopted tree.
Wow. What does that mean to you? There's a lot there.
There's a lot there. Yeah.
There's a lot there.
Really kind of a lot of what we just spoke about.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of interesting to hear that reflected back to us, because
Mm-hmm.
when you enter in this healing journey as we have, it does, take some strength. It does take some quiet contemplation and reflection and meditation, and surviving sometimes through some really painful situations. And yet there's this powerful force in knowing that we're rooted just like trees. We sometimes we forget it, and sometimes we don't know how to connect to that rooted feeling. I know for me, that has been one of the things that's really been difficult in my early hypnosis training. And so I love the suggestion about adopting a tree, right? And it could be, I've got some great trees in my yard, but Steph doesn't have a yard in her place. But it still doesn't mean that you can't find a tree, whether it's in a park or a picture that you pick up on the internet.
Okay, I've got so many stories coming through right now. One I just have to tell you really quick.
Yeah.
My friend is one of the best moms I've ever met in my life, but her daughter, so cute, kind of grew up with this language. And you know how someone says like a kid does something bad and they get grounded? Well, some kid was like they got in trouble and the mom's like, "You're grounded." And she goes, "But mommy, she got grounded, but she was not grounded. She was not grounded. Like she meant grounded like you can't go anywhere." And she was like grounded like she was out of control. Like she was not grounded at all. But it was so cute. And then also what this means to me, or reminds me of, I don't know if you've seen the Mushroom Netflix series. It's called Fantastic Fungi or something like that on Netflix. And it talks about the interweb of trees under the ground and how they all communicate with each other. And like if one needs nourishment, like they send that tree the nourishment. Like they
I've heard
are
stories about that, but I haven't seen it.
all connected. And to me, that just speaks volumes of like how much we are all connected. Like we're all, like we think we're not. We think we're the only one having that experience,
Yeah.
and it's like the trees, just like they communicate. To me, it's just like such a testament of like divine intelligence. Like we don't even know
Right.
how
How interconnected we really
how
are.
interconnected we really are.
Yeah. There's so much, unseen and untold, and in traditions, whether they're indigenous cultures or European cultures or Far East. And I think that's a bit of what we tap into, whether we know it or not. Sometimes we kind of get really heady with stuff, and other times it's like, it doesn't, I feel like we're in a time now where it's more about connecting, and funny enough, these ancient energies are with us. And like I say, sometimes we'll have an insight or we'll know it, and other times we won't. But what matters is feeling better. What matters is connection.
And when something happens to one of us, like we all feel it, even if it's like so this person had this trauma over here, there's secondary trauma and there's generational trauma.
Right.
So like every time you heal yourself, or even do a little shift. No, it doesn't have to be some grand heal everything, but just like every time you feel a little bit better, like you're affecting the forest around you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And think about when you walk into a room and the energy is really tense, you're affected by it. You don't even know what's going on, but you can feel it. So conversely, when you walk into a room and somebody's really happy and things are, they've got a good vibe, you feel that. And how cool is it that we can intentionally begin to shift our energy at will, really. You have to remember to do it. You have to pause and take the time to do it. And
Notice your own energy.
yeah. And reach out to a friend or turn on a podcast like this or another one. Uh, there's so many different things that you can do that we are really lucky. We do live in a world that can be overwhelming at times, and yet we have a lot of options too. And I think we're finding new ways to connect because connection is missing in a lot of what we do. And yet, that's why Steph and I are doing this too, is that we hope that you're getting a little piece of what we share and you'll share that back with us. It's this growing, it becomes reciprocal, much like you were talking about with the trees, right? There's this reciprocal nature to it. And just a little bit goes a long way.
And you know what? I think it's a gift when because if you knew us, we work together a lot. Like we swap sessions and I am the client and then I'm the practitioner and you're the client and then you're the practitioner. And sometimes I need a session and sometimes I love being the practitioner because then it's like a gift to receive and it's a gift to be like, oh my gosh, I got to help my other tree.
Right.
And there's like nothing better, so I feel like with this energy work, there is like that sacred reciprocity of giving and receiving, or hopefully there is.
Yeah. Yeah. And so even if you're not a practitioner like we are and can't give in that way, there are so many other ways that you can give. And one of them is just to find ways to feel better and be more resilient in your stressful life. Because I don't know anybody nowadays that doesn't feel a lot of stress on a regular basis. But finding the ways to shift gears. Sometimes you're going to feel pure joy. Sometimes you're just going to feel slightly better than you did a little bit ago. And hopefully more often, than not, you begin to land in a place where you really grow to feel grateful and appreciative of whatever you have, wherever you find yourself in life.
I mean, this might be a little out there for our first sesh, but like sometimes it's hard feeling connected to everything. Like if there's wars and stuff going on. So like how do you if we were tapping, we wanted to do a little tapping,
Yeah.
tap with that energy of like I'm connected, I want to be nourished, I also want to, like finding that balance in the moment, like
Yeah.
or we could dance with it.
I think, well, let's do a little bit of both.
Okay.
Let's do a little bit of both. So the fun thing about tapping is that you don't even have to know what to tap on. Steph kind of asked me, and it can just be as simple as starting with the side of the hand.
Do you want to lead?
I'll lead, and then if you want to, jump in.
Okay.
Yeah. So even though
I'm
I'm not even sure what to tap on,
not even sure what to tap on.
but I'm choosing to explore something new.
I am choosing to explore something new. We are taking a leap of faith.
By putting ourselves out here on the video and wherever else it goes. In the wild blue yonder. And we know we'll feel better, and we hope you will too.
Yeah. I love that we want to feel better and we want to help other people feel better too.
Let's go ahead and go to the top of the head. I'm feeling really stuck at what to say.
Even though I'm feeling stuck at what to say.
Here I am.
Here I am.
Tapping on my face.
Totally tapping on my face.
Recording video.
Yeah, recording video.
That we might share.
We must share. Look, I'm yawning.
Steph's already getting a little release.
Yeah, even though we're doing a complete freaking leap of faith here,
Yeah.
doing this podcast.
Even though we're doing a complete leap of faith doing this podcast.
We don't know if anyone will like it.
We don't know if anyone will like it.
But I think it's worth this for our 4 fans worldwide.
But I think it's worth it for our 4 fans worthwhile worldwide.
The truth is, we're really connected.
The truth is, we're really connected.
And life is not always easy.
And life is not always easy.
And it's really great to have these tools.
And it's really great to have these tools.
Yeah, and even though I may not feel great all the time.
And even though I might not always feel great all the time.
Yeah, I still want to take as good care of myself as possible.
I still want to take as good care of myself as possible.
Yeah, even if that's shifting my energy for a moment.
Even if that's shifting my energy for a moment.
I love feeling connected to all things.
I love feeling connected to all things.
And I love that there's my new tree buddies, Deanna and Steph, that I can lean on.
I love there's my 2 tree buddies, my Deanna and Steph, that I can lean on.
We hope you guys want to lean on.
We hope you will lean.
Have fun together.
And have fun together.
Yeah.
And noticing now how I can breathe a little easier. Yeah, just allowing that breath to move in and out.
What are you feeling?
I can feel sort of my seat in the chair. I didn't realize that I was kind of up and out of my body. And I feel more grounded, I feel more connected, where maybe I think I was worried about what we were saying and what we were doing, and now all of a sudden, I'm all of a sudden after tapping. It's just, I just feel better. How about you?
I feel good.
Yeah. Well,
So
we did it.
Maybe we should dance with that.
Maybe we should.
So there's this, let's just introduce the dancing real quick.
Yeah.
So dancing, I wish I had it prepared right now, but dancing is such, I love this tapping because it's not just, I love therapy. I think it's amazing to talk things out, but sometimes just talking it out is not enough, and we need to use the body and the soma, and that's why I like Deanna bringing this somatic experiencing, and both of us with the tapping, you tap and talk and get into your body and help get the distress out of your body. And to me, dancing is a beautiful way to do that. And I've been doing this silly thing where we're dancing on Fridays, but it's silly, but it's so powerful sometimes to move your body. So we were thinking with this podcast, we would pull a card, talk about it, tap, and then dance a little bit. And just that feeling of what's left, I'm gonna dance I'm gonna, feel like a tree and feel myself move in the wind, or feel my roots grounded and my branches flying, or just do, if I'm feeling nervous, I'm feeling overwhelmed, or feeling whatever I'm feeling, dance with that feeling too. It's a different way of being with it. So I think we should dance.
Say, do you have a song picked out?
Well, I don't. Well, we were listening to War Pigs earlier, so that's the only song I have right now. Should we listen to that? Or is that too much?
It feels too much for this right
Okay.
now. So,
what was that song? The beach song you had
Cake
earlier?
by the Ocean.
Okay. That feels a little more upbeat.
Yeah, there we go.
See, Thank goodness we have each other.
Right?
Or else we'd be a little screwed if I was the only one picking the music.
We are going to do a podcast about the song War Pigs at
We
a
are.
later date.
Keep it.
We're gonna,
Stay tuned for
We're
that.
going to save that for another
So
day.
this is how I do it. I just share. Maybe I shouldn't do it. I share screen and I share the Spotify and then share sound and then
okay.
And then we just good one too though.
I know. Which one?
Should we go back?
No, that's okay. Due to copyright policies, we've had to remove the audio for this dancing segment.
Oh, isn't that good? Oh. Every time. That does not get old to me.
No, it shakes everything up. And
it releases it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. And you see, you can dance like we do. I told Steph, I'm like, I don't know if I can dance on camera. That might be pushing beyond my limits here. And so, but you can dance while you're seated. You can get up and dance. You can turn off the camera.
Shoulder dance.
Yeah, you can, and you can not dance if you don't feel like it, because that's how we roll. Yeah.
That's right. Self-care always first.
Yeah. So much for joining us. We hope you'll come back.
Bye.
Bye.
Deanna and I are teaching EFT level 1 and 2 in November. So we hope you come join us, spend the weekend with us.
We'd love to see you there.